Hi everyone, welcome back. We're using part 2 daily routines. You should be on the back side of your guided notes from earlier. All right, so daily materials, things that we use every day that you must have in class. You've got your 3-ring binder, so please write 3-ring binder in one of the blanks. You've got your Chromebook or computer, laptop. If you're borrowing one in class, I will assign you a number for that. You've got headphones, so go ahead and write headphones in the blank. And then, of course, you've got something to write with. It can be a pen or a pencil. When class begins, as soon as you walk through that door, you got to be ready to go. And the big focus for that first 5 minutes of class is planning. So if you look on your notes, it says, do now. This is the do now. You keep this for the week. You'll have it for the week, and you'll just circle each day where you are. Are you on the current lesson? Do you need to catch up? Are you ahead? And then you'll write a short goal for the day. And then sometimes there's a question for the day that you write here, sometimes not. And then just circle how you're feeling that day. Now, there's 2 things that are going to help you with this do now. So that's what I want you to do is write arrows in your notes from personal tracker to do now and from group tracker to do now. So your personal tracker looks like this. Again, you'll keep this in your 3-ring binder. You'll have the learning target for the lesson. And then here are the lesson parts that are in Schoology, but this is where you just keep track. You check off once you've finished it. So that can help you because you'll know if you're current. Now, how do you know if you're current? Well, we go to this whole class tracker. So on the board, when you come in, this whole class tracker will be up here. If, like it says, daily routines are lesson 1, and that's the current lesson. So if it's black, that's the current lesson. If you've got a lesson number in purple, that means you're catching up. So you're a little bit behind, so you might have homework, or maybe you'll catch up during class, but you need to catch up. If you're in orange, it means you're crushing it and you're ahead. And then red is something we haven't talked about before, but it means you need to revise. So if you didn't master your mastery check, it'll say MC and it'll be red, and you'll have to revise and meet with me. So that means you'll meet with me for at least the beginning of that hour and find out what to do to revise. And we'll go more into that when we get to the assessment and feedback lesson. Okay, so that's the planning piece. And then you've got work time. So the first 5 minutes are that planning. What are you going to do today? When you get to work, you're always going to go into Schoology. All the directions will be in the Schoology folder. So here's the introduction folder, and then each lesson, and then you go into the lesson folder, and there's the parts to all of the lesson. You do need to complete the activities in order, and you'll notice it says check, must view the item, or it'll say must turn, submit something. You have to do those things before you can get to the next part of the lesson. Okay, just so you know, again, all lesson packets are found in the bins. If you're a 7th grader, it'll be labeled 7th grade. It's this longer one. If you're a 6th grader, the 6th grade one is the shorter number of bins. Now, it's really, really important, so I'm putting this important here, that you get the correct lesson packet. If you pick lesson packet 1, and you're on lesson 3, the information's not going to match and it's not going to make any sense. Okay, let's go back to your notes. So work time. It's based on you and your goal for the day. And there's these different activities that you can do. So you might be watching a brief instructional video and taking notes. You might be working in a small group and doing something. You might be getting feedback from me. You might be reading and annotating. You might be checking your work to make sure you understand on an answer key or something. So lots of different things that you could do. So just list an activity in there that you might be doing during your work time. Okay, mastery checks. This is to show that you understand the lesson. So if you look at the chart, when you take them, they're at the end of every lesson. So in big letters, write end when you take them. How you take them is on your own. No partner. And if it's a quiz type, no notes. So write that in the second box. And then the purpose is to show what you know. So you are required to earn a level 4. So put in there level 4, put the number 4 next to level, needed to move on, or you revise. So put the word revise on that line. All right, and in class, there's a routine. First thing that you're going to do is update your tracker. What did you finish? Actually, no. First thing you're going to do is clean up. So put Chromebooks back, plug them in, make sure they're in the right spot. Put your headphones away if you borrowed them. Roll those wires up and hang them up neatly. Put supplies away. Make sure all markers are put away. Then you're going to update your tracker. So what did you finish? You're going to check that off on that check sheet. And then you're going to sit at your table, and there will always be a last wrap up and dismissal. So you just need to wait for that. I give you a few minutes to do the updating, and then we as a class, I might ask a question or do a final dismissal or ask if there's any questions. So there's always an ending to class that you need to wait for. All right, general expectations are use your time wisely, respect everybody's learning space so you don't interrupt somebody when they're learning. You can work together and collaborate, but you need to make sure that you're respecting the learning. Ask questions if you don't understand and keep a growth mindset. Okay, on your notes. At the very end, it says, wrap it up. So this is what I want you to do. You're going to write a 5 to 7 sentence paragraph telling how you're feeling about our flexible classroom right now. What makes you feel excited about it? Or what makes you nervous? You can look back at the video. You can look back at notes to find specific examples. If you're excited about, it being on your own pace, write about that. If you're nervous about like the hard due date, the end of unit due date, then write about that, but be specific. All right, well, now you should be able to describe the flexible classroom and what you will be doing, what our daily routines are.